Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right, cool. Let me You guys, I'm set myself up real quick. Give me like 5 minutes. You feel me? Mm, 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 mm. All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hopefully my my laptop don't crash out like it did last time. That's my bad, yo. I can't lie. I've been overworking my laptop. I can't lie, but she been doing me fine though. You feel me? She done more than enough for me. But alright, alright, alright. Look. Mm, okay, okay, okay. Hey, what's good, my boy? Get a Mac, it will never crash on you. I've never really been a Mac, you know. I've never really been that type of person. I'll be real. But I know they're sturdy though. They are sturdy. Right now I've got it's a HP Pavilion gaming laptop. You feel me? I think you know the maddest thing is it only overheats because of the I think they call it the thermal paste. So I need to if I get the thermal paste sorted out, oh yeah, it's good as new. Like the specs on this thing is so good. It's just the thermal paste. It's like 4 years old right now, but it's still good still good condition. I used to be Intel until I chilled, and I will never go back to Intel. I feel you, but I can't lie. I'm not even gonna think about buying a new laptop again. I'm gonna buy a whole new PC, like a full-on PC. Cause what trading on a laptop? Nah, man. Especially when I'm like running my own, my own mentorship and shit. To start, I'm gonna be producing content, quality. Can't have my laptop be crashing out. Oh man, every single time that I stream, like I don't know. But look, I'm gonna get onto press and we finna get into it. Alright, cool. So let's zoom out on the 1 minute, right? Fuck it. Let's go on a 60 minute. We'll do a little top down from the hourly. It's a dump day today, you say? Well, let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to spell definitely. It's crazy. Yo. Yeah, autocorrect. You're gonna have to save me. All right, cool. So forget that. Forget that. So hi, bro, from Iraq. I like your work. That motivate me. Hey, Ali. I appreciate the words. Definitely encouraging. Use that motivation to backtest. That's the best thing I can say to you guys. Everything that I'm saying to you is for you to apply. You feel me? So we got that going on. Fell out of this high time frame range. The current range that we have going on is right here. So you wanna pay attention to to around here, you know. Fuck's sake, I gotta do this every single time, bro. Let me just save my workspace. I keep forgetting, yo. So on the 1 minute time frame, you're trading in between right here, right? Now, if we hop on a 15, let's see what I'm going. So if you're looking for any longs, you want to wait for something to be taken first. If you want to look for a short, you know, wait for a valid high to be taken first, especially when you're in a range, you know. I'm gonna hop onto the 1 second because we're clearly on the 15 second, we're in between another range too. In between here and here, and it's a larger range. I'd focus mainly on these levels here. But let me see the 1 second though. Let's see what do we have here. So essentially you would be over here, over here. So in this type of environment right here, if you want to short, you short at the top of the range. If you want to long, you long at the bottom of the range. Now also, you want to count your swings, right? So what I'm seeing here, that's the initial break. I don't count those. I see. So you see these two swings that we see here? Little swings, little ones here, there and there. They get in, well, this first one didn't get invalidated, but the second one did. We see a body closure above it. It may be hard for you to see, but look, check it. See the body closure? So we invalidate that. And now this becomes a second swing because it still comes from the same time frame. Check it. If I get the ruler, wow, that's like 10 seconds? Okay, cool. And 14 seconds. So relative, they're from the same time frame, right? So 1, 2. Now I want to show you guys, and I've been talking about this with my group lately as well, the type of environment that you want to stay out from. You don't want to counter trend this type of movement, which I'm going to show you right now, yeah? When you start to see swings mitigate each other on its way down or up, that's when you know you're in a channel. You don't want to trade against that because trust me, you're finna get burned. You want to wait for a protected high to be taken first. So that's what we got right here. And now you can start looking for longs. Because it's true. In a downtrend, you want to You want to wait for a low to be taken before moving back up with it. What do I mean by that? See this low here? You want to wait for something to move back up with it. You want to wait for something to move back up with it. You want to wait for something to move back up with it. But in a channel, in a bearish channel, you know, it don't really, when you see a confirmation, right? Now, this is on a 1 second, but of course it applies fractally. In a bearish channel here, that confirmation that you see to go back up, doesn't, for me anyway, I'll be real, I'm talking for me right now. It doesn't give me enough to close my position at 5 points. Usually it gives me like 2, 3, and then just comes back to my stop. So I made a plan for myself. When I start to see swings mitigate itself on the way down, then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm a chill. I'll wait for the protected high to be taken. But not only that, we were counting our swings, right? So we saw 1, 2, violation, break, cool. So we got 1, 2, 3. See the fourth one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, a reverse. It happens over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So you want to wait for a low to be taken before you engage in any longs, and you start to see the immediate shift. So if you're going to engage in any longs in a ranging environment, you want to wait for something to be taken. Now, this is the previous range that I'm talking to you guys about. This is how I engage in the previous range. Now, I also talk about focusing on the current trend. That should be number one, your priority. Focus on the current trend. Then you want to focus on the current range. Then you want to focus on the previous range, right? And then how you engage is, well, I haven't talked about that yet, but you feel me? Let me not go too far. You get me? Let me just chill. You feel me? Let me see what I'm going for the 15 though. I'm no longer looking at this now. This is just distracting. I can't lie. So at the bottom of the range, I'm looking for this low to be taken here. For you. And when I say pay attention to the current trend, so we're currently downtrending right now, right? But how do you know what is the current trend? So whatever time frame that you're on, right? Pay attention to your protected levels of structure. So this right here is the protected high, and usually the current protected level of structure is the current trend. So you have a protected high, which means that price is going down. We're in a higher time frame downtrend, and what you would do is count your swings. So we have would you be counter trending? No. You'd be waiting for a closure below to create the fourth and then anticipate. And then the added confluence, oh, we're near a high time frame. No, okay, I'll wait for that to be taken. Why? Because this low's weak. It failed to put in a high. Or when a low fails to put in a protected high, which would have been this right here. I mean, when price fails to break above a protected high, it's weak. On a higher time frame, by the way. Of course, we broke above here, but if we go in a 1 minute, this is a 1 minute move. Right, we're in a 1 minute range. So this low's weak. We'd wait for that to get, that's what I would wait for anyway. I'll wait for that to get taken out. And then I'll see what little move I can get in here. This is the last unmitigated area, just below these lows here. And definitely, yo, if you guys have any questions right now, defo just slap it in the chat and I'll just talk over it. I'll go over it. But you see how when we take something, you see the move back in the previous range? It's just the same shit over and over again, man. Over and over again. Give me a second, yo. Yo, let me get rid of all of this shit. Alright, cool. Where are we? High, low, high, low, high, low. Oh shit, I basically reached the same conclusion as I did in the 1 minute. Low. We're currently in the middle of the range. Now, you don't really want to be making decisions in the middle of the range. Now, I'm looking at 1 minute order flow here, right? So this is on the 1 minute. But let's say you're just trading the 1 minute, you're not making a decision within here. On the 15th second, we're trading between this and this. So the reason why I just erased everything was because, like, I forgot where I was, and it's very important for you guys to understand where you are in the market. You guys see me on such low time frames, like, yo, my attention span is shit. My memory is like, yo, I have to constantly update myself, and I need to catch myself whether or not, yo, do you know where you are? I have to ask myself that plenty of times because I can get stuck in a certain mode of analysis, or I can get stuck with a certain bias, and that can really, fuck me up. What you could also do, bro, is get a cooling pad that are cheap and put it in your laptop to keep it cool, bro. I did buy one from Amazon. Now, granted, I can't lie, it was like £20 in it, pretty cheap. But when I ordered that shit, man said the USB cable to actually put it, so the USB import was all flimsy. So, like, how can I explain it? Like the motherboard of the USB. So, in the laptop cooler, it was floating around. Like I couldn't. So basically, it was just a hole, and the motherboard for the USB was just there flapping inside. Like you could shake the laptop cooler and you could hear it. I was like, what the fuck is this? I just returned it and I never. But if you guys can recommend some good laptop coolers, because I did get a pretty cheap one. I didn't think it's a fan, right? It's right under your laptop. So I didn't really understand why I had to go all out like £100, 200. I've seen some premium prices there, but if you know any, then yeah, definitely. Nah, it wasn't with my connector, bro. It was with the laptop cooler, the actual laptop cooler, the motherboard. The motherboard wasn't even connected to the USB port. It was in like whatever box, however they modeled it. It was just flapping around inside. Yeah, exactly. The motherboard wasn't sturdy, but allow all of that, bro. Who cares? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, here's some trading laptops, minimum 25,000 benchmark. Take a look. You can probably get something in the UK. Mm-mm. Yo, my bad, yo. Just got something to take off. So, okay, cool. Look, we break out of a higher time frame, high, right? Now, I usually do my analysis on the 15 second, and my entries on the 5 second. But I can't lie, I've been refining my system to where, I've been refining my system to a point where I'm looking to get on that impulse, the impulse. You feel me? Just on that 1 second. I've been refining that. So we break out of a higher time frame range. The current trend is bullish. Now, what I usually do is when I pay attention to the current trend, I either do three things, right? So I'm an impatient you. So when I hop on the market, I want to be able to trade in all environments. So the environment that I teach in my group is the current trend, the current range, and the previous range. So right now we're in the current trend, and how I engage with it is that I look for the last flip like this. I wait for the pullback into it, and then I wait for the S&D responsible in the 5 second to show itself for me. Now, if I don't see that, I don't take the setup, right? And if it's not this, then I wait for the top of the range to form. Basically, a bearish candlestick flip, right? That would be here. And for the bottom of the range to form the current range, and I trade in between that. Now, in that environment, I don't need to see a high or a low taken. But let's say price breaks below into the previous range. Let's say I wanted to take a trade from previous price action and not the current price action, then I would need to see a low taken first. Then I'd look for a bullish flip within these zones and a pull back into the bullish flip. Then I look for my narrative to tell me, okay, cool, we failed to close below. We have some highs to target. I look at the S&D responsible in a 5 second and take that move up. That is literally my whole plan and how I engage. So as you can see here, we got a body closure below that bullish flip there. So I wouldn't have been there. I was looking at the 5 second at the same time. There was nothing there. So we create the top of the range. Now this range is tight, but here's the bottom of the range. So you'll be trading in between here. This is how I trade, right? Until we get a body closure, oops, up above here. And then I'd look for my continuation moves again. But I stopped looking for continuations at the third. So we're currently at, this is the break. That's the initial break. So we got 1, 2, we just created our third swing. So I want to be looking for a continuation move here. Why? Look at what is just above us. In fact, I did this on a 1 minute. So let me just actually see if this zone, okay, cool. I'll share that with my boom, boom, boom. So here we are. Do you not consider that at the top of the range and not to go long? Exactly. I don't long at the top of the range. But you gotta understand, this is the top of the range on the 1 minute. Now, this just lets me know where I am in structure. But I analyze on the 15 second because I can still catch a 5-point move. Even though we're at the top of the range in a 1 minute, I can still get a 5-point move on the 5 second. You gotta realize, yo, you know, even a single candle, let me see, fam. These candles here, look at the from 0.6. There's like even just a candle on the 15 second moves 5 points. I ain't the type of guy to be sitting on my hands waiting on a 1 minute move. A 1 minute move can give you 10 to 20 points. I don't need that. So that's why I'm like, okay, cool. I'll do my analysis on the 15 and build a system around that. So I don't have to wait as much. Cater to my own personality. You feel me? But yeah, I got bad shit here, bro. I'm gonna just do this analysis again because I don't even know where I am right now. Every time I take my mind off the charts, like I have to do this shit again. So we have a break. So I'm paying attention to the current trend, right? We're currently bullish right now. I'm paying attention to the right side. Got a higher time frame uptrend. So when we break above a higher time frame high, price is currently in a higher time frame uptrend. When price is currently in a higher time frame uptrend, I pay attention to the bullish flips and wait for my confirmation inside there. But I need to see a pullback into so I need to see a body closure below a down candle into the bullish flip to even consider looking for my confirmation. And then the confirmation that I look for is this right here. You guys see that? the failure to close below. Once I see that, that is when I look at my second time. Well, I am on the second time frame, but the 5 second time frame, I look for my S&D responsible for the break. No, I'm not even paying attention to that shit right now, but do I see it? Nah, the S&D responsible for the break is all the way up here. But I see that break, I'm in that. Still no break on a 5. But that's essentially what I would be looking for, you feel me? Do your pre-market from 8. So we just got a break right here. When I'm looking at the 1 second right now, look, check it. And the move I would be involved in is this move here. My stop would be behind the protected low. Right here. Now I'm showing you guys this mechanically. But there's plenty of more shit that you need to understand. So let me go on the 5 second right here. Because I was just reading that thing. So I told you guys that after the third swing, I'd not be participating, in that shit. Right? Because your counter trend moves are more likely to happen after the third swing. Because it's 4 to 6 swings and we reverse, right? So when you couple that with narrative, with what I just told you guys, I showed you guys the mechanical way of how I enter in my model, right? And it's cool, but you guys need to develop discretion too. And that's starts. I always say it starts with you counting your swings. So I told you, did I get stopped out? I think I did get stopped out in this move here. S&D, yeah, I did get stopped out right there. But that's cool. So when you have rules in place, because your entry model comes last, right? When you pay attention to structure and the narrative too, you'll be able to avoid these losses. So, boom. But you guys will see how I enter on my videos on my channel anyway, and you can build off that. You won't enter the same as me, but definitely you can gain some insight on that. So we got that there. The top of the range there. I look for the bottom of the range to form now, which is just a bullish flip. If a continuation move sets itself up, then I'll show you guys what that looks like. So we don't get a continuation move. So in this case, you see how it just broke below a low? Now you want to be waiting for your bottom of your range to form, and then you would be trading within the current range. So that's what I'd be looking for. Now we also have the previous range here. If you want to trade in the previous range, or not if you want to, but let's say price does end up going to the previous range, you would wait for a low to be swept first. You need to make sure that happens first, right? and then you look for your flip, the same flip here, down here. And now you'd be trading within this, essentially. Okay, cool. That's our bottom of the range created. So now I'm trading in between this. Like that. Until we see a breakout on either side and we repeat the process. Now, I'll be real with you guys. When I trade with the current trend, that's my impatient self. And those, so those moves, the current trend is like the less likeliest setup that I can take. But if I choose to exercise patience, then I can't lie, I make my most money in the current range. That's where most of my profits are made. In the current range and in the previous range. So that's why I encourage you guys to learn how to trade in ranges. Learn how to trade in ranges because that's where I make the most money. So of course I'm going to be pushing that idea more, you know? The market spends most of its time in ranges. So this drawing that I put here, that's what we see right there. You see this candlestick. You see me? We see it put in a low and a body closure above it right there. Now this can be like violated, right? But then you just wait for the same shit. You don't wait for the 50% of the zone. I don't care. Look. You got to realize I care more about the current range. I care more about what price is doing now. You have to realize this is past price action. Looking to the left, it's cool and all, but it only gives you a reference of what could be a good area to counter trend from. But that's just your expectation. Price don't give a fuck about what you expect. I'm sure most of you guys that are learning DTFX, you wait for the 50% of the zone and it just leaves you, right? It's not a rule, it's not a law, it's just a probability. But when you realize that the market is mostly in a range, even when it doesn't hit your level, it doesn't have to be in a range at your level. So that's why I told you guys I make the most money in the current range. It's about presence, being present in the moment, knowing what's going on now. You want to follow price what it's doing in the current moment. And the best condition for me that I see myself in is first is the current range. That's the best condition environment, market environment that I can trade in. Then it's the previous range when price can either trade below it and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. We just tapped into a zone. Let's see what it gives us. But even then, I'm still paying attention to the right side because I don't consider, just because we tap into the 50 or the 70, don't mean shit. Because it's the right side that lets you confirm that this zone to the left is usable. If the right side don't give you no confirmation, then, you know, the left side is just there to just be there. Like, it's just there. It holds no weight. But if you see your confirmation, which would be the bullish flip for me on the 15-second, then that means, okay, cool. A counter trend move is highly probable because we had a flip plus we had a zone to the left. But the zone to the left, it's not a standalone confirmation. It can't stand on its own. Just because we are on a zone to the left doesn't mean that a counter trend move is likely. There's prerequisites. So that's why I don't pay attention to the left side. like that. I'll be real. You can just follow how price is printing forward and be able to engage with it. Now that's flow. That's flow. You're releasing your expectations and just following price. You're not staying fixed within a. You're not staying fixed within whatever analysis that you have. You're not staying fixed to whatever conclusion you have. Because the way I trade, structure is created and destroyed all the time. All the time. You gotta be quick, you gotta be agile, you gotta be flexible. And I like that. That's my pace. That's my pace. Now I told you guys the current trend that I'll be talking about. I won't even, bro. That's where I lose the most. Now I don't lose that much. I average 70% on a week. But the reason why I still take those trades is because, okay, cool, I win more than I don't. I used to struggle a lot. If you guys see on my past videos, I kept telling you guys I don't know how to trade in ranges. I'd much rather wait for a range. But that was really difficult for me. That patience that I had to exercise was on another world. It felt like, yo, like, that shit was, ish. But, through back testing, through watching price, in fact, watching price, tracking price, I wasn't even executing at these times. And that led me to see, oh, I can engage this way because I keep seeing this pattern in price. You recognize a pattern, bro? You recognize a pattern? Best believe you can make a plan now on how to engage with it. No. So when price reaches the top of the range, like you guys see here, I wait for a bearish flip and a pull back into that flip. I wait for my narrative to tell me that we're failing to close above. Now I'll have a target. Now that pull back into that flip is a body closure above the down candle that creates the S&D responsible that I want to see violated after seeing my narrative tell me that we're failing to close above. I see that S&D responsible break, and I'm in at the. So let's say the S&D responsible is near the break, then I will use the higher time frame S&D responsible. If it's not near the break, then I'll use the lower time frame S&D responsible. Now I'm talking about, it's on the same time frame. I'm talking about the 5-second here, but when I talk about higher time frame and lower time frame, this is all I'm talking about. The lower time frame is the current leg. The higher time frame is the swing. That is at almost top of the range. Now let's see if it creates the bearish flip. Nah, it's no longer valid no more. We just had the body closure above the here. But your anticipation is correct. You want to see a bearish flip within the zone. Now I count the wick when it comes to the top of the range and likewise the bottom of the range. Right. So right here, I'd basically be like, okay, cool, we had a body closure there, right? We just had a new top of the range form, and I'd look for the formation of, you feel me, the bottom of the range. Now, yes, we are in a previous range, but I don't pay attention to that. This for me at the very least, it gives me like it just gives me unrealistic expectations. That's it. Or I'll say for me. For me. So that's why I prefer to, for me, what works for me is pay attention to the right and pay attention to the current trend. I mean, the current range and trade within that. Because I know that's what price is doing now until we see a breakout on either side. Why did my music stop? Video pause. Continue watching? Yes, please. Mm. Boom, 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 boom. So we break out. Now, what I would do is I'd follow the current trend. We're going up. Now, how many swings are we on? Oh shit, we even broke above this. So when we count our swings, we have the initial break there. We've got 1, 2, 3. We can see a fourth one put in like that. And oh, look what's on top of it. Oh, that's mad. And we can see a rejection from here. So that's my level of anticipation. But it's just an anticipation. It's just an expectation. We follow price. Just because price gets to this level doesn't mean it finna reverse. You feel me? You pay attention to your right side. Forget that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 to 6 swings on reversal. We could see, so somebody now loves trading me. You were about to drop knowledge about how to trade ranges. Yeah, bro. If you look at my past live stream that I did either yesterday or the day before yesterday, I talked about the current range. It's literally that. Even though the live stream was cut short, luckily I said everything that I needed to say. It's super simple, really and truly. So I already talked about it home. Woo! Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Boom, 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 boom. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Hey, you guys, yo, I'm gonna hop off right now, but but I hope you guys are taking in what I'm saying. How do you measure the swing at the previous high? The big candle at 8:30 a.m. You're OG. If you have seen semi backtesting search 1 and 2. How do you measure the swing at the previous high, that big candle? How do I measure the swing? The big candle. I don't know what you're talking about. If you can, please like specify. If you're on your charts right now, just tell me the date and time. Not the date and time, but tell me what time that candle you're talking about, and I can go straight to it. Yesterday your laptop crashed. Yeah, bro. But before my laptop crashed, I said everything that needed to be said. So it's cool. Oh, you was there yesterday? Hey, appreciate that. Where you mark your 3070 level on that 830. Oh. Oh, how I did that. Okay, cool, 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 cool. So on the 15 second, no, on the 1 minute. Okay, cool. If you were to mark out the zone on the 1 minute, of course, this is a wick, right? That huge up move. Right. So Oh, to consider that. This is the S&D responsible. That's a lie. That's a big lie. Hold on. Okay, cool, yeah. That's a lie. This is the S&D responsible, my bad. So in the 1 minute, I would look at it from this perspective. But I don't trade using the 1 minute. I'll be real. My analysis on the 15 second. So when I'm on the 15 second, if I'm gonna anticipate a reversal here, it would be within these levels here. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. You feel me? I appreciate everyone in the stream. You feel me? I appreciate you guys actually coming, you know, getting this knowledge. Knowledge. But what's most important is that you apply this shit. You backtest what I'm telling you. You feel me? That's the only way that this can bring value into your life. Like you can take in what I'm hearing, but if you don't do nothing with it, then you know what's the point? I don't want to just be here chatting shit. I want to see you guys apply it and get results. Now, if you want to learn more, I recommend that you join my group, Masters of Price. Trust me, it's the place to be. I've already got traders in there making profits, man. You see me? You feel me? Accelerated growth, because trust me, if you're learning DTFX, I've been through whatever mistakes you've been through, whatever difficulty you've been through. Trust me, man's been there, and I can give you a solution to it. I can guide you so you can skip that process. Not skip it, but you can just get through it faster than I did. It took me 1 year and 3 months of historical data to get through, to get to 70% weekly win rate. 1 year and 3 months of historical data, like backtesting each week. And I did that I started backtesting December. So it took me from December to February. So that's like 3 months. It took me 3 months to do that. So, yeah, man. I appreciate you guys for real. If you want to learn the foundation of how I learned this shit, you know, the original masterclass is in the description too. You feel me? Because what I'm going through in my group is advanced shit. It's the advanced stuff. I'm not going through the basics. So definitely make sure you got the basics down, you feel me? And that's the original masterclass. Hey, bro, I'm out. Appreciate you guys, man. I'll see you guys. I should really get a schedule. I should really have a schedule, but I don't know. I really don't know how to do this shit, but